Hey everyone, it's Victoria, and this week I'm joined by a very special lady, Ashleigh Weston. She's a total sweetie and one of the strongest women I've had the privilege of knowing. Shooting has changed Ash's life for the better, and in this chat we're going to kind of delve in and find out why. So shooting can be really contentious for lots of people who aren't in shooting, so it's really great to hear a story that's so positive in the end. So Ash, it's so unbelievably good to have you join me today. Can we just kick off with you just telling us about a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and where you are right now with your shooting, please?
Yeah, so my name's Ashleigh, as you've mentioned. I live in South Wales, not too far from Cardiff, and my shooting at the moment is just about to enter its third season. So I do mostly clay, but this season I'm going to be really attacking the game shooting and getting out and doing a bit more. So
Brilliant, love it. And you're kind of like storming it with the CPSA registered shoots, aren't you?
trying.
Which is unbelievable. So you're shooting registered like every week?
I try and shoot a couple of times a month. I'm getting dragged into sport trap a little bit at the moment, so that's something new again. Just trying to do a bit of everything, really.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so as you just said, you're coming into like your third year of shooting. So how did you get into it?
Well, about 4 years ago, I had a riding accident. So I was bedbound for a period of time and I couldn't do all the active things that I used to do. So I decided I had to get out of the house. So I bought a dog, which then obviously needed training because it was a bit of a psycho. So I met some friends through gun dog training who took me along beating, and it just kind of snowballed from there, really. I felt like I was missing out, so I had to go and get myself a shooting lesson.
Yeah, of course. Amazing. What sort of dog is it?
It was a cocker spaniel I had at the time, but I've got a pointer now, so
Oh wow, gosh,
it's grown.
got a bad
Yeah.
the terrier that never does as it's told.
Oh, terrorist.
Yeah, massively. Okay, so what I love about you is that you're kind of confident, outgoing, beautiful, and like a happy and just an inspirational lady who shoots as much as she can. And I love that you really like push your comfort zone and just kind of get on, and it's just brilliant. So I know that life wasn't always like this for you. So can you just give us a bit of background of what life was like before you started shooting, please?
Yeah. So shooting for me kind of became a bit of a savior from a really awful lifestyle that I was in. I was in a toxic, controlling, awful relationship. I'd broken my back, so physically I was pretty limited at the time, and it's been a long healing process. And I was really miserable. I'd wake up every morning, go into autopilot, and just drag myself through the day, really. And I think it's so easy to be happy with being miserable almost and just sort of drag yourself through. So I think shooting for me has really pulled me out of that, because that wasn't really who I was meant to be.
No, that's it. So, and look at you now. It's
right.
Incredible. So I think it's fair to say that you've experienced more than most in the kind of like past few years. Obviously, you just mentioned that like horrific accident and like a controlling and like toxic relationship, which is just like horrific. I broke my neck, which was bad enough, and that was just 3 months of kind of being out of action with, you know, a lovely boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
So how has kind of shooting helped you find your new normal, do you think?
Unfortunately for shooting, it's become my new normal. It's kind of something that's taken over, I suppose. I don't go a week without it if I can help it. It's only when adulting gets in the way and you've got to earn the money that you've got to pay for shooting with that it's then adulting gets in the way. But I couldn't imagine not doing it. And it's given me the confidence to get out and be confident meeting people, especially bun club, because I did my first bun club about a year ago. And it was probably that kind of catapulted the addiction and the social side of it. And because I started shooting on my own, I didn't know anybody. My family isn't into shooting. So for me, shooting in front of people and with people through bun club was probably, the main stepping stone, I would say.
Oh, that's so lovely. They're such a good bunch, aren't they, the old bun club girls?
Yeah, can't fault it.
Yeah, they are amazing, aren't they? So yeah, so you've now kind of got like a new circle of friends and like fun stuff to do at weekends, and like you just said, more confidence, and that's incredible, isn't it? Would you say that kind of everything you've been through in your previous years to you started shooting, would you say that's helped you kind of become more resilient and able to kind of like handle those setbacks and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know that I went through a fairly dark patch with, the end of my last relationship and things like that. And I think it's something we should enjoy. Don't take it so seriously. Mm-hmm. It's so easy to look at your scorecard and, throw it in the bin and throw your cartridges and like, why make it so miserable? I mean, once you've had times where you don't really want to get up and tackle the day, then going out shooting, is it really something that you should allow to make you miserable? Nobody makes us do it. We pay money, we spend our time, we go and do what we want to do. And I just think, don't let it set you back.
Love this. Amen, sister. But you're right though. Like, you're so right. And, life's for living, isn't it? And, a bad random, like, it doesn't bother me like it used to, but when I used to, like, shoot really badly and loads of people watch it, I used to go into this, like, downward spiral. Yeah. But, like, really, like, perspective, it's like, what you've been through is just, like, unimaginable hell. So, like, like shooting, missing a couple of clays, it's not the end of the world, is it? So, yeah, perspective, so important. And like you say, people just need to annoy it. People need to enjoy it.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. So you're a regular on the registered scene and you've just taken your loaders course as well, which is very, very exciting. Congratulations. So it's fair to say that you're just smashing it. You've got bags of determination, you've reaping the rewards of your commitment to shooting, and you've just totally kind of taken it on. So what would you say to those ladies who maybe aren't doing as well in their shooting as they might have kind of like hoped for, and how to kind of get their fire back and the kind of love for it, I guess?
Yeah, I think just look at it as what it is. It's something that's supposed to make you smile. It's supposed to get you out of your 9 to 5 and clean up after the kids and whatever it is you've got to do. And just find your love for it again. Find yourself, even if you think you're doing everything right and you're getting yourself down, maybe it's your ability bothering you, go and get a lesson. Find yourself an instructor. Find yourself a buddy that you go with on a Sunday. Just relax. Stop taking it so seriously.
Love this.
And I think it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in being stressed in work, and it does translate into your shooting. When you've had a bad day, it's not often you shoot well when you're having a bad day. And I just think if you want your fire back, we've all got one. Just let it go. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Put some petrol on it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it. Love a match. Love it. Okay. So how would you say shooting has changed your life? I know we've kind of covered this already, but
shooting for me, well, it started with beating really. I left a toxic relationship and that person committed suicide, and my life from there became hell, and it just provided a therapy for me, really. I would sort of autopilot through my week, and then on a Saturday I'd be out beating, and on a Sunday I'd be shooting clays with people now who are more family than friends. And I just think the social side of shooting is a massive thing, but it's also just you against yourself, and I think it's just given me a life again. I didn't have one. I was a snowboarder, I rode horses, I was active, I was always outdoorsy, and then I kind of had an accident and somebody who made my life miserable. And I think, thank God for shooting and those people who dragged me beating and dragged me out shooting clays on a Sunday. I was awful. I would shoot like 11 out of 100. I was horrendous.
All right, enjoy it though.
There wasn't a smiley face on the card. It was okay. But it's given me more drive than I realised. And there's other things that have translated, into it. But on the whole, I think it's given me more confidence, and it's a mixture of a personal journey and a shooting journey. And I think people need to look at it as like one and the same, really, because it just gives you something to strive for, I suppose. And it's just a new chapter, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So yeah.
Can I just take like a moment, and I'm sure everyone watching this, like just acknowledge like how goddamn amazing you actually are, and the way that you're like, you just kind of sat there in your beautiful bedroom, which I love your cushions and your wallpaper, by the way.
Oh,
and like you've said, you've been to like such a dark place, but like you just have this like enthusiasm around you, and you could have just totally, gone to shit. Sorry to swear, everyone, but but
absolutely.
But you haven't, and you're not like you're not a victim. You're not like you could your life could be entirely different, but through your kind of character and strength, it's like you just are absolutely amazing. And I just want everyone, and I'm sure everyone watching this will agree as well. Yeah. And look at you. It's just like you're just like this wonderful woman, and you're just like just flourishing, aren't you? With a gun.
It's so easy to be a mess though, isn't it? That's the easy thing to do. It's so easy to sit and sulk and feel sorry for yourself, but the only person keeping you there is you.
Yes. So good. You should have your own YouTube channel.
I'll take
Ashleigh's Guide to Life.
There'd be too much swearing in it. It wouldn't go well.
Okay, so final question before we do our little quick fire round. So if there are any ladies who are watching this who are going through a tough time, you know, whether that's, you know, anything, what would your advice be to them?
It'll be okay. I know the whole reason I'm sat doing this video is because it ended up okay. So I think you just got to take it a day at a time and don't freak out. Like, I sat one day and I woke up and I didn't know who I was anymore. And I had such a long way to go to where I wanted to be that it totally freaked me out, and it probably kept me in that crappy place for longer than I needed to be. So I think just baby steps is still steps, and look after yourself, even if it's just sit and have a cuppa and have half an hour to yourself at the end of the day once, you know, the kids are in bed and your phone stopped ringing, people wanting to pay bills and all of that nonsense that goes on. Just take 10 minutes for yourself, because I think we don't take enough time for ourselves at all. Everything's chaos, isn't it, all the time?
Yeah. And
I think just relax. If you want to smash something, you can, but smash this much of it. Don't try and do the whole thing at once. But you know, if you want to change something, it's only you who can do it. So just gotta grab it, strap your big girl pants on, and give it a go.
Yeah, that's it. And it is all about like just having time. And like now I have my phone in flight mode for like a couple of hours a day, so I'm just like just sit and can just be, because life does kind of, you know, things like stack up, you know, oh god, I need to do this and this, or you know, and that's aside from people that have got kind of, you know, real problems and, you know, situations going on. So yeah, that's such good advice to just kind of, yeah, little by little, step by step, day by day is one of my
and just that 10 minutes at the end of the day. Like I went through a stage where I had people hounding me from every possible angle, like friends and family, work, like everything, financial stuff from the ex, and you've just got to sit and have a cuppa and get rid of everyone else for just half an hour and just breathe. That's what, just breathe and think about what you want, but don't look at it as one big thing that you have to do.
So break it down.
Yeah, break it down.
Break it down. Oh good. And how like powerful is literally just sitting there, because I'm quite into like meditation, so every day, and just like the power of breathing, no matter how kind of like angsty and stressed that you feel, it can just change things, can't it?
Just resets a whole day though, isn't it? It's crazy, just that few minutes.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, so I've got 3 little kind of short quick fire questions for you. So if I ask you them, and then you just give us a quick one word answer, or you know, a short sentence.
Okay.
So when I'm not shooting, I'm
exploring with my dog child.
Dog child. And you're setting up a new business, aren't you?
I am, yeah. Scary times.
Are you allowed to tell us something about it yet, or?
Yeah, I can. It's basically just cosmetics and semi-permanent makeup. I'll be opening a clinic very shortly, hopefully. So, yeah, stepping out of the safety of a 9-to-5 and going it alone.
Amazing, you'll never look back. Yeah, and you're totally the girl I'd come to, given how great your eyebrows are. So good. Yeah.
Well, I didn't do these, so maybe you should come to me.
Oh god. Yeah, you'll have to like share like info and stuff when you have it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so aside from guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, I can't shoot without.
Oh, I could live out of my car. I'm an over preparer. Like, if you need 87 caps, they're in my car. So if I can find my gun and ammo amongst all the other stuff, like, yeah, everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's good that you've got it all like so close. My car's
a floor drobe in the back of my
yeah, I've got a floor drobe. And loads of like bottles of water that's been in there for God knows how long, and yeah, everything. Like 20 pairs of shoes. Yeah. Okay, and then our final one is, one fun fact about me is
I have a stupid irrational fear of wooden lollipop sticks.
Oh really?
Freaks me out, gives me goosebumps, like it's disgusting.
Wow, is that in case like they splinter in your mouth or something?
No, just the feel of them. Oh no.
I'm a bit like that about celery. I can't eat celery because of how it feels in my teeth.
So I don't know if it's a fun fact or just how ridiculous I am. Like,
I'm the same.
I'm like 5'11", think I can take on the world, but I'm scared of wooden lollipop sticks. That's great, isn't it?
That's so good. I also have a little bit of an irrational fear of mayonnaise as well, because I just can't bear the smell of it. It's not.
I've never sniffed it. I'll be honest with you, Vic.
Don't. Oh God, this is so good. So if people want to find you online, I know you're on Instagram. So what's your name on Instagram?
On Instagram, I'm at Alpha Foxtrot Whiskey.
Lovely.
Yes, which is my initials, which a lot of people don't seem to grasp the concept of at all. So many people ask me what that stands for.
And where else are you?
I don't really do the Twitter thing, but I'm on Facebook, Ashleigh Weston.
Oh, brilliant.
And yeah, find me there.
Oh, amazing. This has been so good. And I love the fact that, you know, not only have you taken time to kind of, you know, publicly share your journey, it's like you're just an inspiration of, you know, what life can be like following something really kind of unimaginable. And yeah, I'm really grateful to you. And I just want to kind of acknowledge you again for sharing all this and just being a little ray of sunshine. And, you know, it's always great to see you, and you're always kind of bubbly, and you're just a pleasure. And and hopefully, you know, even if one lady watching this has been inspired by your story, then that's incredible.
Yeah, and it's easy to feel alone, I suppose, and like we all go through things.
Yeah.
And we all, you know, everyone's surviving things as well. It's, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that negative thing in your life is going to win. So you've just got to smile. Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much, Ash.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.